On my way to the grind, grizzle, as always. Oh my God, it looks kind of blurry. Give me 1 second. Was that better? I feel like the back of this is fuzzy, man. Alright, I'm back. Back on the grind, grizzle. And it's a topic that's in the zeitgeist once again. The Mrs. Ayesha Curry. Mrs. Ayesha Curry is back at it again. Saying some out-of-pocket things that some would seem is potentially detrimental to her wedding vows and detrimental to her relationship. Even though Steph Curry don't say much, you know, he just plays the background, just plays basketball. He shut up and dribble. Let his wife do her, you know. And she just says some outlandish things that makes people think, what's the point of even getting married, man? I did this exact, it's amazing that I'm doing this video 6 years later, and it's pretty much the same topic. I did this years ago. Ayesha Curry, I forget what platform she was on. I want to say it was Will Smith's wife's, Jada Pinkett's Red Table Talk. I could be wrong, but I know she said something to the effect of she was kind of essentially jealous of the attention that Steph would get from ladies and groupies and things of that nature. She kind of wants that attention too. She doesn't get the type of attention that he does. And it's wild because he's the one that is the all-time athlete. At that particular time, I think he had 3 championships, and he wasn't the all-time three-point scorer, three-pointers made in the NBA. I think he was third. Now he eclipsed it so far, nobody else gonna pass that. Probably not in this lifetime, in my lifetime rather. But even then, even 6 years ago, Steph Curry still forged himself a spectacular legacy. He's what people deem as handsome, tall, in shape, light skin, green eyes, blah, blah, all the things that people deem, that women deem as being attractive. Going off of what they said, that's what he is. 6'3", etc. So naturally, he's going to get more attention. He met her, fell in love with her. She wasn't a supreme athlete. She was cute, but she's not no dime supermodel. If I take Vanessa Williams, the green-eyed Vanessa Williams, not the dark-skinned Vanessa Williams, but if I take Vanessa Williams in her prime, because to me she has a similar look as Ayesha Curry when she was younger. Vanessa Williams in her prime blows Vanessa Curry out of the water. Vanessa Williams in her prime in the 1980s was voted Miss America. And she's a black woman. Light-skinned black woman, but still black. I don't think Ayesha Curry was ever in the contention of winning Miss America. You know, she just has fat cheek, puffy face features. I should know because I have fat cheek, puffy face. She could be my cousin. And I'm not roasting her or nothing like that, but I kind of am. But if you're a public figure and you put yourself out there, people are going to scrutinize, people are going to roast, people are going to give their opinion about your physicality. Whether you're male, female, adult, child, that's just the cruel world that we live in. But I'm just keeping it light. I'm trying to paint a picture of how you can be confused as to why you're not getting as much attention, but your man is just way more accomplished and pound for pound looks better than you. I'm not saying I have the opinion that he looks better. I'm just saying, as far as what the society deems as what the top level for beauty for men and the top level of beauty for women. Ayesha Curry does not fit the criteria of the top level of beauty for women. I gave you an example. Vanessa Williams in her prime was the top level of beauty of what women are, or what women are deemed as. Ayesha Curry in her prime does not match that at all. She just don't. Look weird teeth, bug cheeks, fat face. No. CoverGirl's not calling her. She's cute. I'm not gonna say she's ugly. And then dudes be like, you would hit it though. You would hit it though. Man hit anything with a trash bag on his head, man. Like that doesn't say for anything, man. Most of the time sex is done in the dark. Nobody looking at how each other looks. But she's confused or jealous of the attention that he's getting, or pining for all the attention on the level that he gets. But the funny thing is, before she was married, when she was engaged, right, she was on some other program, yapping her mouth, and she was saying, I hate when I go to the gas station and dudes try to holler at me. She like holds up the ring. It's like, hello, I'm engaged. And women shouldn't be showing off their bodies, and you know, because I think she has a Christian, or had a Christian mindset. They should be more reserved for their men, and you know what I'm saying? All good things. I can respect that. If that's her mindset, like whoever you are, just don't be a hypocrite. That was her mindset then, before she got married. And Steph Curry was still in the league. He just wasn't as big, but you know, he still made the league. That's something that most men won't make, and he made it. He won. Even if he never started a game, he already won. You make the NBA, you won, man, in life, as an athlete, as a man. You know what I'm saying? That's a major accomplishment. So she was saying all that, but a few years later, just something changed. Like, he blew up, started getting more attention. Obviously, women gonna be in his DMs. He's on social media platforms, and people gonna shoot their shot, try to get money out of him, whatever, try to get sex out of him, whatever. That comes with the territory of being a celebrity. If you're dealing with somebody that's a celebrity, it's highly accomplished, these are some of the things that are gonna come with it. If whoever you are dealing with is the cash cow and the celebrity, you just gotta support them. Right? Why try to compete with them? Be a support. Be that comfort for them when all them freaks is in the inbox and trying to do all this crazy, freaky stuff. As long as it doesn't violate your moral principles or whatever, you're supposed to be the person that comforts your significant other to the point that it doesn't matter how many people try to hit him up or hit her up in the inbox. You take care of that individual. You know, the attention is going to come with the game. I mean, people get attention that's not famous, let alone somebody that is famous and has all the attributes and success and worth $400 million and all. Like, come on, man. So she's trying to compete with that. She's basically, in her latest rant, negative or counterproductive rant, she was saying, oh, she never expected to have kids. Basically, I wanted to say having the kids was a mistake, but that her having the kids wasn't in her plan. And she always saw herself as she was the one that was going to blow and be famous. Like, how? Like, what type of talent does she have? I haven't researched it too much. Can she sing? Can she act? I've already established that she's not Miss America level as far as looks, because she don't look on par with Vanessa Williams when Vanessa Williams was on prime. So that's out of there. So how? Maybe podcast, maybe personality. I mean, she's definitely good at stirring up a conversation. You know, a poor woman's Wendy Williams or something. You know, maybe we can say that, but that ain't no $400 million Steph Curry, 4-time NBA champion, all-time three-pointer scored, 6'3", chicks falling over you trying to get at you level. And she's not, and this is the danger that she presents. And it's funny, my boy Javon spoke about the Javon M. Clark from North Carolina, man. Funny dude, good dude, social media cat, blowing up. I mean, not even just so, I think he's a good guy overall. I'm not going to just relegate him to just social media cat, even though I never met him, but I've spoken to him on the phone. You know, really, really good cat. Has a strong opinion. Go follow his page if you can. You'll love it. Be highly entertained, you know. He was breaking down how it's detrimental for men and women that Ayesha Curry's acting like this. And I echoed these sentiments, or I made these statements like 6 years ago. But the thing is, when it comes to logic and math, things never change. If you have a logical mindset, you look at mathematics, it never changes. Anybody that's logical, they will always draw the same conclusions. Anybody that's logical and that's honest, and they're approaching the situation from a mathematical standpoint and a non-emotional standpoint, they always come to the same conclusion. Ayesha Curry, women, for the most part, that women that respect the sanctity of marriage and want to get married and take care of, Ayesha Curry won. She never has to work in her life. She has an all-time, some would say, top 10 NBA player ever. Top, you know what I'm saying? Top low, not even top 1% income is left. Top 10% income. She landed that guy. As far as height, he's in the top 5% of height of men in the world. Black men having green eyes. That's the top percentage. That's something that's extremely rare. You know, father was an NBA player. Comes from a home of a mother and a father. Light-skinned. I'm just being funny on that one. You know what I'm saying? People deem handsome. He seems faithful. I don't know if he's a Christian or nothing like that. I don't know if he's like a Russell Wilson Bible-toting cat like that. But you never hear Steph Curry's name in any type of controversy. If he got hoes, he's very, very adept at keeping that on the low. But let's say, for the argument's sake, he don't. He doesn't purport himself or push himself out there to have hoes or anything like that. She don't have to work a day in her life. He puts money into different ventures that she's tried to do. I think some type of cooking show, writing, books, things of that nature. Any venture that she tried to tackle, he's financially supported it and put her in a position where she never has to work. She can only do that. And even as far as being a mother, she doesn't have to stay home and take care of the kids all the time because they are multi-millionaires, so they can have individuals, nannies or au pair, I don't know if I'm saying the word right, nannies and butlers and things of that nature to take the pressure off of them as far as watching the children so they can pursue their dreams and live their dreams. She don't got to struggle for anything. She doesn't have to want for anything. She's with somebody that is highly desired by a lot of people. Somebody that has a great reputation. Somebody that's one of the best players in the league. Top 3 player in the league in the last 20 years. Top 3. Yeah, I said it. And he had a slow start because he had bad ankles. A player that completely revolutionized the game. Before, like the three-point shot was a shot that you just took if the defense gave it to you. The three-point shot was just a shot that you rarely took. Now it's become like an integral point of the NBA. Teams shooting threes all the time. Why? Because, I mean, to me it made, in some ways, for a worse NBA. But, you know, it is what it is. That's all because of Steph. He revolutionized the game. Just how Allen Iverson revolutionized the game as far as the cornrows, tattoos. Well, Dennis Rodman had the tattoo thing too, but, you know, the cornrows and brought the hip-hop swag to the NBA heavy. Steph Curry revolutionized how people play the game, period. And she still feel like she wants, why would you, like, she wants attention from other men and she wants to feel desired and wanted. Now, I think before she was saying something to the lines of maybe men weren't hopping in her inbox because they respect Steph. She should feel happy about that. She should feel happy that people respect him so much that they want to disrespect the sanctity of his marriage or trying to holler at you, but she's still not satisfied. Something changed from she went from I'm married at the gas station, people trying to holler at her. She went from saying, I'm married, to why these dudes are trying to holler at me. I want the attention that my husband's getting. So that just this is bad for men, because it's like, yo, even if you like the top, and Will Smith falls into this category too. So you mean to tell me I could be like the greatest three-point shooter of all time, arguably top 10 NBA player all time, I think he's in the top 20 scoring of all time, 4 NBA championships, like one of the only unanimous MVPs, multiple MVP. I'm 6'3", you got the green eyes, I got all this ish. I could be all these things, and a woman will still not be satisfied. So then it's like, it asks the question of, what's the point in trying to be all these things for the sake of a woman if she's still not going to be satisfied? To me, it develops men with the mentality of just being more selfish. Like, I'm going to still do me. I'm going to be successful, but I'm going to be selfish with it, because it doesn't matter, because the person who is arguably one of the greatest men on earth still has a woman that's not satisfied. So what's the point in even being that? It takes away the motivation to even strive and be great if, like, you know, obtaining a great woman is your end game. The reason why, and to me, it's nothing wrong. I mean, you should get better for the sake of getting better for yourself. But if yourself is not a motivation and other people are not a motivation, you're still getting better. That's cool. But if your motivation is for the sake of hopefully obtaining a great woman, and then you see an individual like Steph Curry, who is all those things, and he has a woman, and you know, whether she's great or not, that's subjective. And she still ain't satisfied. It's like, why even try? Why even get married? If it's gonna be like this, I am the top. I am at the pinnacle, and this person's still complaining. Why even try, man? It's very, very, very detrimental to the sanctity of marriage. We have young, impressionable minds that watch these people every day and worship them every day. And it's not right to worship celebrities or anything like that, but I mean, that's just a society. This is just the age that we live in. If you're a person of influence, like, you know, I remember years ago, Charles Barkley was talking about, I am not a role model. But the thing is, if you're on TV all the time and giving your opinion, you can say you're not a role model, but people are going to look at your success, minimum, and they're going to look towards that as, well, you know, I see how Charles Barkley is, so maybe if I'm like that, I can have, you know, something similar to Charles Barkley's success. Men seeing that, they're seeing Steph Curry being so great, and him still having an ungrateful woman. It's just like, yo, why even try? Like Javon Clark said, man, if it's gonna be like that, I'm getting all this money and I'm trying to be faithful and just have this one woman, and she's still not being satisfied, and I'm better off just buying hoes. You pay for a prostitute, pay for a time, you can pay for somebody to look way better than her. You don't gotta worry about her disrespecting you on the street. She's gonna put out and do everything that you paid her to do, you know what I'm saying? Transaction, keep it moving. Some instances, way less stress. Yes, there's a potential for STDs, but they have certain situations where, you know, the women are vetted, and you know, you can get the most recent checkups, and you know, every time you have sex with somebody, you always take a risk, even with their significant other. There's certain diseases, sometimes they'll lie dormant for 20, 30 years. Your significant other could have had sex in their early 20s or during their teens, and contracted something, but it didn't really manifest itself until 20 years later. Like, stuff happens, man, you know? But you take as many necessary precautions as you can, which is kind of hard to do when you're in the throes of fashion, but you know what I mean? It's things like this that push men. Now, you know, now you see why men go their own way, MGTOW, and men take the red pill, and the passport brothers going to different countries, and essentially that's prostitution via the airports. That's prostitution via airlines, you know what I'm saying? But hey, whatever. And you took men in general are already beat down and frustrated and attacked, and a lot of them feel bitter and slighted and downtrodden. And just seeing this type of situation, they throw their hands up like, yo, why even really try to get married and lock something down? No matter how great I am, she's not going to be satisfied, because arguably one of the greatest black men on earth got married and she still wasn't satisfied. And I'm rehashing my old video, but I'm just doing this with no cursing, so you know what I'm saying. I know how to be interesting and engaging without cussing up a storm. I can do that now. I've improved as a speaker, as a comedian, as a communicator. I don't have to curse out the world in order to get in order to convey a message. That's not necessary at all. Maybe I'm just getting older, more wiser. Maybe I'm just losing my edge as far as that. But you know, but this is why it's detrimental to women, because, like I said, for Hollywood standards, Ayesha Curry, she's average, 6 at best, maybe. So average woman is looking at it. First of all, average woman is like, dag, if Ayesha Curry get Steph Curry, and I look as good as I look the same she do, I can get myself a Steph Curry too. Their standards have raised. Now all the quote unquote guys that are on their level, that are 6s like them, they're like, no, Ayesha Curry, she's a 6 and she got a 20, so I'm a 6, I can get a 20. It ridiculously raises the standards of all the women across board. And like a young lady who wants to understand the concept, like say she doesn't have an example in the home of you know, a happy marriage or anything like that, or you know, a mother and a father in a marriage situation. So people look at television and they use means outside of their home to try to define what a healthy relationship is. And they say, oh, you know, Ayesha Curry has this top 10 guy and she got him, but that's still not enough. So if Ayesha Curry doesn't think that's enough, then, like, you know, a top all-time person, then a top all-time person isn't enough for me. It just falsely raises the standards of the most average people, man. In the dime pieces, oh my God, like beautiful women, they already was arrogant as far as their choices. It puts them in another stratosphere. If Steph Curry isn't good enough, or enough to satisfy, you know, in the mindset, suffice a woman that's a 6, man, what you think a woman that's a 10 gonna feel? How they gonna feel like? And it makes it even more transactional. All-time leading scorer, all-time three-point shooter, 6'3", $400 million. That's not enough to satisfy a woman. It's gonna make everybody transactional. Every chick is trying to get a come up, and then every dude is trying to buy buns. That's what it's gonna do, man. Y'all need to stop watching social media so much. Stop watching these celebrities, man. It's BS. It's nonsense. Here's the crazy thing. Steph Curry may be behind the whole thing. Steph Curry maybe pushes her to act like this on the surface. She's like the villain and he's the hero, and it just keeps their brand going. Listen, we're talking about it. Whatever type of products or whatever type of things that they're doing, it's staying in the zeitgeist. Their names generate money. who knows at the end of the day? I don't get too emotionally caught up in these things. I have a wonderful woman, baby. Hopefully you watched this entire video. As you can see, I didn't come as far from a negative, aggressive standpoint. Didn't say one curse word. I think I was entertaining, and I executed myself. My execution was sufficient. But you probably still gonna complain and not watch the whole video. Hey, I'm out, man. Peace.